What's up, bro?
What's good? What's good?
Back in the building.
Hey, we back
Episode,
on, people. Goochin it, Goochin it. Hey, I'm up in this joint
episode.
cooking. Get my chili on.
Got it.
Get,
Got it popping in the kitchen, ain't it, man?
what? Hey, man, I finished just in time too.
Yeah,
Man, I
man.
finished just in time. So, yeah, man. Had to knock it
Episode
out.
7, man.
Had to pull it off.
Episode 7. On the road.
Hey,
Still on the
man.
road, bro.
Never can't stop. Can't stop, man. You can't stop.
Yeah, man. Can't stop till the casket drop, man. Yeah,
Hey,
man. Big election tomorrow.
whatever.
Everybody going crazy, man.
Hey, I'm cooking my chili, bro. That's only the excitement in my life. Ain't gonna be no voting. Voting is not no excitement for me. My
They go.
excitement be how these chips go taste with this chili. That's what my excitement is about to be about in a couple of hours.
Okay. Okay. You got the Frito Lays popping, man.
Yeah, man, they
Yeah.
taste good in chili, man. Put that junk in some chili, let it soak for a little bit. Man,
Okay.
good.
Okay, let's go, man. Yeah, man, episode 7, bro. Episode 7 on the road edition, bro.
Yes,
Down in
sir.
Florida, man. Down in Florida. Doing my thing, dog. You know how it go.
Right.
Yeah, man, but what
Let's
up,
let's
Mike?
get on.
What up, Mike? What up,
We
what
got
up, what
Mike.
up?
What
Yeah,
up, bro?
man. What up,
What
what
up?
up,
What
what
up?
up? What's
Hey,
the business,
man.
man? Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out, shout out. Shout out, man. Come on in here, man. Let's talk about it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, once again, man. Like
Oh yeah. Oh
always.
yeah. Oh yeah. We got two good topics that we really haven't touched on real hard yet. So this
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I know we got a couple of visitors, couple of guests that's going to chime in, and then I'm kind of eager to hear what they're gonna be talking about as well. So I'm ready for the
Right.
night.
Yeah, man, we're gonna see what it is, man. You see what it says at the bottom of the screen? It says you want to join? Let us know. We'll send the link, man.
Yeah, man. This is we provide free opportunity to all in this joint.
Yeah. Don't just talk in the chat room. Come in. We want to talk to you. We want to see you, man. We want to chop it up, man. But yeah, man. First of all, before we start, man, I just want to say shout out to everybody, man.
Right.
What up, Q? What up, Q Dog? What up, Mike? What up, B? What up, my Georgia people, my Florida people, my Delaware people? Alabama, man, it's a Delabama thing, man. You know how we do it, bro. You know how we
Hey,
getting down. Louisiana, Mississippi, Michigan,
we all over the place.
Texas. Let's go, man. Virginia, DC, New York.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to everybody, man. South
Much
Carolina,
love. Much love, everybody. Much love.
much love, man. To everybody, man. Yeah, man. But
Yeah, myself.
y'all go vote, man. Y'all go vote for Trump.
Yeah.
And y'all go vote for Trump, man. I know
fulfill
y'all
our
going to.
fulfill our prophecy. Because we already said what's going to happen. We already said what's going to go down.
They going crazy, man. You see in Texas they ran down on the Joe Biden boss, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, this man, how you gonna call me a Bama, dog? That's messed up, man. Delabama, man, Delabama.
Hey, you integrating into the life. You integrating.
Yeah, man. I'm a good old country boy, man.
Nah,
A
no
good old
doubt.
country boy, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Hey, not at
Not a
all, my
damn
brother.
thing wrong with it, man. Yeah, man, but yeah, they ran down. You see that in Texas? They ran down on the Biden bus, man. Ran it off the road.
No, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I haven't even paying no attention to none of this foolery, man. I've been
Yeah, man.
in my own planet, man. But
Yeah, man.
I thought it's going down like that.
Yeah, you know they wildin', man. They fighting, and you know how it go, man. I
Yeah,
don't know,
man.
man. But yo, man. So what we gonna talk about tonight, man? What's the topic, man?
Hey, since we talking about Trump's body, we got to talk about our I'm mental, man. So we all about mental health tonight, man. How are we going to mentally handle all this fuckery that's going on out here in these streets? How are we gonna handle it? How are we gonna deal with it? Um, but not just that, but trauma. You know what I'm saying? Trauma, brainwashing, like those are pretty heavy things that we gotta be more aware of when it comes to how we're being programmed, what we're being fed, and how we're handling the things that we're being fed. So what you think about it?
I mean, see the how I feel about that mental health stuff is it all starts from a long time ago, man. Like when you're young. See,
Right,
I think that first of all, a good majority of us, first of all, we start off we don't have our fathers, right?
right,
So that's a mental health problem right there.
true.
Then you turn around and most of the mothers that raise us be stressed out, so they put their stress on us, especially the boys. We can feel the stress. Then you go out, you got the stress of the world, and it's a continuous cycle. So I mean, yeah, mental health is real. That's why a lot of brothers is locked up. A lot of brothers is killing each other. It's a lot of mental health issues, man.
Right, true, true.
Yeah, man.
And I
But
feel like, go ahead.
no, go ahead, bro. You got it.
Oh no, I was just saying, man. It's the I feel like, man, when it comes to how we're being programmed, a lot of us is so comfortable playing follow the leader. A lot of us have a hard time learning how to break the mental barrier of um, free thinking and having a independent mindset. Instead, we're so comfortable being catered to a already constructed platform of information that we feed off of, and
Oh,
we don't know how to branch out.
I didn't catch that part. Okay, I see what you're saying. I didn't catch that part. What you said. You
Yeah.
talking about being programmed? Yeah. So this how I feel about that, bro. I think we kind of get confused, right?
Uh huh.
Because I had to break myself for this. It's like we believe that whatever we're told is the truth, right? What I mean by that is like some things are true, but some things are an agreement, right?
Right.
Like 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 stopping at a stop sign is not the truth. It's just an agreement. Like A, B, C. Like language is not the truth. It's an agreement. Like a lot of these things are agreements, and
Right.
we feel like they're the truth. So what they start programming us from kindergarten on up, we start believing that everything they tell us is the truth, but most of the shit's just agreements. You see what I'm saying? Just like income tax, it's an agreement. It's not a truth. Like vaccines, all these different things are just agreements. And now it's got to the point that people actually believe that a lot of this shit, because you can do it, that it's some kind of way conducive to your well being, like pursuit of happiness. What's that
Right.
mean? You know what I'm saying? Like they gave us that, right? The pursuit of happiness. Well, what makes you happy could be killing cats. That don't mean it's something that's productive. Like we gotta tell, like for your children, for instance, it's gotta be reality. It's like the reality can't be you're 18 now, get out, you're grown, go do what you gotta do. If you didn't
Right.
prepare them for life, you see what I'm saying? Because the reality is, and the truth is, they're not prepared. A
Right.
number don't make you prepare for life. You can be 35 years old and still not be prepared for life. You see what I'm saying? Because think about it. We don't know really. Like, okay, I speak for myself. Like, I didn't know how big credit was.
Right.
See what I'm saying? I used to buy everything cash, cash, cash. I didn't realize that if you start building your credit, you know what I mean, your life will be different. Everybody lives on credit. You see what I'm saying? Things like that.
Right.
Having a good credit score when you go to buy a house, they look at your credit. When you go to buy a car, look at your credit. You go to buy furniture, look at your credit. You go to buy a motorcycle, a boat, whatever you try to go get, they look at your credit. We thinking you got to buy stuff. We thinking being on credit is you borrow. No, everybody's doing that. That's why everybody got so much stuff. People that's in the world, even people that are going on most of these vacations and shit, they're getting timeshares. They're doing all the, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I mean, this is the thing, man. We have to know things. Like I said, what do you know and what do you believe? You see what I'm saying? Like, what do
Right.
you know? What do we really know? All we know is what we're taught.
True.
And if we're depending on the people, why would the people teach us how to be financially free when they're the ones that are trying to get us to pay them? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That'd be like saying, why would the drug dealer tell the customer where to go get the dope at in wholesale? If they went and got all their friends together, they can go right past him and go get it. You see what I'm saying? No, you gotta make it seem like you're the one that got it. They gotta come to you. You're the source. You see what I'm saying? It's just that's how the government works and all this shit works. That's what I think. But they
Yeah.
train us from kindergarten, bro. See, but I've always been outside the box because when I'm left-handed, right?
Right.
So when all the other kids are were cutting and shit, you know what I'm saying? I had to wait for for the other scissors, you know what I mean, from the other
Yeah, yeah.
class.
I'm left-handed too, so yeah, I
You see what
understand
I'm
what you're
saying?
saying on that.
They all
Yeah.
had the red scissors. I had the green handle scissors. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, me
And
too.
so
That
I've
was me
always kind
too.
of been outside the box. And me personally, I've always been a people watcher. I watch people. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you think it's something up with that whole left hand, right hand shit?
What do you mean?
Because a lot of people that are left-handed, like you said, we all actually have that kind of thought concept. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to how we operate and how we do shit. Because I know a lot of left-handed people that think like you, like me, in the way we do things. I don't understand. I wonder if it's something to do with how our brain actually operates.
Well, I think I forget how it goes, but I think we use our whole brain, and the other people use only one side of their brain or something like that. I
Right.
can't remember how it goes. Yeah, I got a lot of left-handed people in my family, man. Believe it or not. Like my dad's left-handed.
Right.
I got a lot of left-handed cousins. You know, people say it's not a lot of left-handed people, but I got a lot of left-handed people in my family, bro.
Mm.
Let's see what the chat's saying, man. Yeah, but see, Mike, the things that you want, we all want different shit, man. It's like, what do you want? You want a big booty hoe? You know what I'm saying? Do you want some heroin to put in your arm? What do you want? You know what I'm saying? You want leather furniture? You want a Mercedes? All that shit is not conducive to your well being if you ain't you're gonna drive yourself crazy if you don't set yourself up to get those things. You see what I'm saying? It's like you can't base your wants off of what you see everybody else have. That's what children do. Like I don't look at other people and say, I want what they have because that's their life. Like I don't want to go skiing in the Alps and shit like that. I want to be at the beach. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's
But
different.
but that still boils down to where your mental health is. You see what I'm saying? It depends on what level of mental control and mental and self discipline you have within yourself to understand the difference between your wants and your needs. Christmas is not effective if everybody truly understood the separation of the difference between your want and need. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, Valentine's Day wouldn't be so efficient if everybody really understood the difference between their wants and needs. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that plays a major factor on your mental health and the levels of your self discipline. You see what I'm saying? Because like a person like me, I have no problem saying F Christmas, where other people would think a kid has to have Christmas. And one thing I always ask people when they talk about kids and Christmas is, all right, so what is child development? Because if you truly understand what child development is, then you will understand that Christmas is not essential to a child's development. Christmas is actually detrimental to a kid's child development because guess what? They lose the focus between what their wants and their needs are. You see what I'm saying? Hell,
Yeah.
it's people out here that prostitute for holidays. You see what I'm saying? It's women out here right now, next month. Tricking is going to be on an all-time high next month. Tricking, prostituting, and all that. It's going to be leveled up. Simps finna be in business. You understand? Simps finna be passing around money like crazy. Why? Because people don't understand the separation between their difference of their needs and their wants. People about to be in debt. Pawn shops finna be booming. All these things is finna take place because people do not understand the difference between their needs and their wants, because they don't have self-discipline.
Okay, so Mike's saying, bro, but when you have kids and can't put food on your table, that will break you down. All right, let's dig into that, man. So,
Okay.
so you say, Mike, when the big word is you, when you have children, see, the thing is, you got to be responsible for what you put out here into the world. So nobody put you in that situation but yourself. It's harsh to say, but the reality is, you made children, right? And on the back end, you thought on the back end. You should have been thinking on the front end. Like, you don't just make a child and then try to figure it out after you already have the child. You see what I'm saying? Not in America. You have to think prior to having that child. If you don't, you're always going to be behind. That's the way it works. Think about it. If you have a child and you're 18, you don't have any education. You can only make minimum wage or a little bit more than minimum wage. You can't afford a place, a car to get back and forth to work, a child. Then you have another child. Then you have another child. Then you have another child. That's on the back end. So that's not like a. And then you turn around and say they keeping us down. They ain't giving us no good jobs. But what did you do to help yourself out? You put
Right.
yourself in that predicament. That's what's going on right now. A lot of people are saying, they don't care. No, they don't care about us. This is a foregone conclusion. So don't bring kids into the world knowing that you can't be with them because you got to be at work. Okay, so say you got to work two jobs. Well, the school's going to raise your kids, then they're going to come home and raise themselves. And we all know what the streets do because your kid's 8 years old, they're going to go outside after school. You ain't home to watch them. Somebody outside's going to raise them. The kids that don't have the same rules you have in your house, they can go to their house and do that. You might not smoke in your house, but they go to their friend's house, they smoke. You might not do all these different things, but it'll happen in their house. So now you're setting your this is all this, it, you're trying to do the right thing. Like think about our parents. Our parents try to do the right thing. They was at work all the time. We went outside. We learned things outside. You know.
Right.
So it's cause and effect, man. Yes, and it can affect you, but you keep doing the same thing. Like there's a lot of girls that have like 4 kids, bro. There's guys that got like 8, 9 kids, 7 kids. You keep doing the same thing over and over. Then on the back end, you're like, damn, my life is fucked up. Yeah, your life is fucked up. You're
Right.
out the game. You're out the game. We can't use you like the struggle. We can't use you. You know, you're going to jail for child support. You know, good to us, the people. The quote unquote the people. You're dependent on the system now. You can't afford for this shit to fall down. Why? You got babies. You can't really fight. Like, don't front. You can't fight. You know what I mean? You can't go fight no system. You need them. You need that. You know what I'm saying? You need Walmart to be open. You can't run out here and bust no shots or fight no white man, quote unquote, or none of that. You see what I'm saying? None of it, like that. There's a big group of us. They act like they can. You can. And yes, your sons are gonna die in the streets because they know there's nobody gonna help them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's I don't know, man. I don't really know what to say, man. Cause like,
Yeah. It
why
can.
are why are we scared? That's my question, really. I got a
What's
question, Terrence.
what's the
See, I
question?
got a question for you. Why aren't our youth our people more afraid. Like why would a person have 2 or 3 children with no means to take care of them?
Oh,
You should
I
be
can
terrified of that.
I can answer that. I can answer that. I mean, for one, we how can I put it? All right, just like you had talked about the credit situation, right? Like we was never taught credit, right? When we was growing up. Okay. All right. I I I was I was in a bad situation and a good situation at the same time because I was in a house with my grandmother and she raised my grandmother and she raised my uncles, my mom, and my aunties, right? So when I was growing up, I was actually able to see their mistakes and correct and make, and I implemented that in how I knew I wasn't going to make those mistakes as I grew up from the mistakes they made and the struggles they had to go through. And but the thing was, I knew that the stuff they was doing was wrong. So as I was growing up, and I seen my aunties having more kids, and I see my mom having kids, and I see all these people having kids and struggling and going through things. Like I knew, like okay, I don't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? Not because somebody sat down and told me this, but I was able to see it firsthand from experience of the struggles. And this is not what I want in my life. But everybody don't have that blessing to where they actually see. Well, some people do and they still ignore it, but some people don't have that opportunity, that blessing to see a lot of people's mistakes and be able to like, all right, I'm not gonna do that shit, or I'm not gonna implement that in my life, or I'm not gonna have these many kids, or I'm gonna wait on having kids because of this situation. A lot of people don't know the outcomes of the decisions they make because a lot of people haven't seen people's mistakes to learn from. Um, the saying like to gain wisdom is by learning from other people's mistakes. To gain knowledge is from learning from your own mistakes. You see what I'm saying? I gained wisdom. And a lot of people don't have that opportunity to gain wisdom based off of they mostly be placed in positions to learn knowledge by making their own mistakes in order to gain that knowledge from the mistakes that they made.
It's like it's like this, man. This is what I've seen, man. Personally, I don't have any children. I'm no better than nobody else for it. I mean, that's not a. I'm just putting that out there, so I can't diss nobody because every child is a blessing, and I love all my nieces and nephews and all my siblings' children and things of that nature, and they all did a good job, whether they were there or not. Their significant others were good, and they all caught up the slack because we were all wild. You know what I'm saying? But they caught up the slack when it was time. You know how they say boys take a little bit longer to grow up than girls. On that level, because yeah, we'll be grown enough to smoke cigarettes, fuck, and make money, do all that. But as far as responsibility, well, it takes us a little while. But when we get it, we got it. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. Um, Hopefully you ain't got to go to jail to realize that. You know what I'm saying? But what I learned, being around women, you know, you'll you'll find a chick, right? She'll have 3 kids, right? Those kids will stress her out. She'll be like, "Shut up," I don't want to hear all that. They're not good to their kids. They're not sitting down with them doing homework. The kids are more of a burden to them. The kids can feel that. Get
Yeah,
out, go outside. There's no love. There's no. So the kids are going outside. They're fighting. And now we wonder why now in 2020 the kids are reckless. They're getting tattoos on their faces. They want to gang bang. They want to go hard. Why are we so amazed that this has happened? We didn't show love to those kids. You know what I
right,
mean? Yeah, the kids that were born in the year 2000 are 20 now. I was 20 in the year 2000.
right.
We were running reckless. I mean, a lot of my homies' kids are like 20 right now, 21.
Hey, did you go out or did I go out?
You went
I don't
out.
hear nothing.
You can't hear me? You can everybody hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Must have been my Bluetooth. All right, I got you. You good now?
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm just saying, man.
Oh,
I'm
you
not sitting
super
here
low,
trying to.
Gooch.
I'm not sitting here trying to.
Can you say something?
Yo, you can hear me, bro?
I don't know why you so low though, man.
I don't know, man.
Hey, I don't
Yo,
know what's up. Hey, I'm about to jump off real quick. Go ahead and talk to the group. I'm gonna jump off real quick and get my
hold
audio
on,
fixed.
hold on. Let me see. All right, go ahead, man. Let me see. Let me know
All
can
right,
y'all
I'm gonna
hear
jump.
me, man. Let me see if
Huh?
the people can hear.
Yeah, it's
Yo,
my
yeah.
audio
My
messed
audio,
up.
audio is good, man. From here.
Huh?
He said, Denise said, I hear y'all. I
But
can
I
hear
can't
you.
hear you though.
You can't hear me. Can y'all hear
Yeah, I
me?
can't hear you at all. I don't know what happened. Let me jump off and I'm gonna jump back on and see if it fixes it.
All right, go ahead, do your thing.
All right.
Yeah, man. All right. We all mature at different levels, but at the same time, we're all learning from different perspectives. One thing that affects one kid in a way would receive another way. Yeah, that is true, man. I mean, personally, I do believe that what you said, Deneen. But you know what I think? I think that we got to have a standard of the way we handle things and the way we handle our youth, man. Because right now, the standard for a good percentage of the way that people are raising the youth when they're leaving it in the hands of the schools, leaving it in the hands of other people besides us per se, it's not working. I don't know what the hell is going on? It's not working, bro. You know. All right. Anybody got any questions? Write it in the. Got anything to say? Write it in the comments. I'm taking questions till Terrence comes back. Any questions? Any questions? Anything to say? Write it in the comment section. Nobody has nothing to say? Okay. Well, what do y'all think about this election, man? We'll go there until Terrence comes back. Am I voting? No, man, I'm not voting, bro. I don't vote, man. I, I, I voted for Obama back in. That's the only time I ever voted in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't really vote though. I don't trust those people, man. Like I'm not fronting, bro. When I say that, I mean it. Like I'm not playing around when I say I don't trust them, man. When I've lost trust for somebody and
I
I
hear
don't fuck
you
with
much
somebody, I
better.
don't fuck with them. Oh yeah, you sound good now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, much better. Much better.
Yeah, they were asking me if I was voting. I was just telling them, no, I'm not. But I'm not voting, man. I don't trust them people. Who I mean by them people, they've showed and proved who they are.
Yeah, I know I ain't
You know
voting.
what I'm saying? But nah, man, I'm not voting. But see, I don't vote, but I also don't complain about stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if people vote, that's you know what I mean. Do you, man? If you wanna look, man, I can't tell nobody what to do, man. But I really don't trust them, dog. Like I know who they are. Do you know who you're dealing with? Do you believe them? You don't think this is a game? Like when you realize that WWF was not real, you know what I mean? You still was fucking with. When you realize that Christmas, Santa Claus wasn't real, and you realize that that's a pagan holiday.
Right.
That we don't come from a snow place where we cut down trees and bring them in our house and put ornaments on them. We come from subtropical climates where we don't have Christmas trees where we come from as a people. You understand that?
Not at all. We don't got none of that. None of that.
And I don't really fuck with them now. You know, and right now everybody's like, vote, vote, vote. Since when, man? You can vote if you want. I don't hate on people that vote, though. I mean, I'm just not into it. I don't.
I
I
mean,
don't really play the voting game, man. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
people got to understand, man. It's a game, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the greatest thing to do, the coolest thing, and the most manipulative way of doing something is to make somebody think they're in charge of you, but they're really not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's a great way to keep chaos down. Is to make somebody feel like they in charge of something, but in reality, they really not. Perfect example. You know, like if you are like you know how like people always get mad about people that like work at a job and like they be acting like they own the job by how they are. They be like, why he act like that? Like he don't own the job. Like in his mind, he owns the job though. So, but in reality, he don't really have complete control of that job. But the goal is for the CEO to make everybody feel like this is theirs. You see what I'm saying? But in reality, it's not. You know what I'm saying? In reality, you can lose that position just like everybody else. But the goal is to keep you in the mindset that you are in some kind of control.
Okay.
That's the great thing
Okay.
about power. The great thing about power is to make you think you're really in control, but you're not.
I want y'all to. I want everybody that's watching this or gonna watch this in the future to realize something. I want you to, when you watch those movies, and you remember when you watch the movies about the vampires, right? The vampire can't come into your house until you invite them in, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
That's one of the rules, right? The
Yep.
vampire can stand outside until you invite them in, and they can come in. See, these people believe in. They believe in karma. They're working magic, bro. They believe in it. So no matter, that's why they're saying vote. No matter who you vote for, you're giving them permission to
Yeah.
do whatever they're about to do. You giving them
Right.
permission to do
Exactly.
whatever they're about to do. You said it's all right. No matter what you think, you're like, well, I'm voting for this. I'm voting for that. No, you've given them permission to do whatever they're about to do. So they believe that karma is not. That's why. Listen, whenever you see somebody giving all this money to charity, like the same people who run the children's Save the Children campaign are the same people who are taking the children and raping the children. You see how that works?
Right.
It's like whatever they say, it's totally backwards. It's like they're doing both. Like if the people are giving you, if they're giving you something good, probably on the back end they're doing something really, really bad because they believe in karma. You understand?
So so my question is when it ties into like trauma, do you feel like people are voting more based on trauma, which will also affect how a person always operate when it comes to like what causes a person to go to a pawn shop and sell their wedding ring? What causes a person to kill somebody? Like what traumas lead a person to do stuff that they know has a negative outcome towards or have no outcome? Like if you know it's a possibility that it had that what you're doing either has a negative outcome or has no outcome, what causes you to still do it?
Okay. The same reason why you see me smoking right now, right? I know
Right.
smoking's bad, but also that one hit from that didn't kill me. There's something about humans that'll do something if we think we can do it. But this is what I think about Trump, man. Think
Mm-hmm.
about something. We had President Bush, right? The
Right.
towers fell down. Everybody started not trusting the government. Then we had Obama. Everybody thought we was going to be saved from only God knows what. And then we all thought we're tired of politicians. They're all fake. They're going to give us somebody different, right? So then we got Trump. He's not a politician. He's somebody different. He knows he's a businessman. He's going to save the country. He believes. You ever notice he believes all the conspiracy theories that everybody else believes? But he's also racist. He's also the. You know what I mean? There's all these different things, man.
Right.
I believe that we're all dealing off of trauma, man. Like I can sit here and say all day that I love everybody, that and the third, but I also have, been dealing with trauma. You know what I mean? Like I've had we we're the only people, man, that have been held in captivity and then stayed with the people that held us in captivity and lived together with them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? This has never happened before. This has never happened.
Right.
So what those people are thinking for the most part is we're plotting on them to get them at some point. Why wouldn't we be? But they don't realize is that we're trying to survive. Since we got here, we've been trying to survive. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Since we've been in that situation, the mothers tell the boys, don't be too aggressive. You know, the husbands wouldn't go fight the master if he took the wife in the house because we got to survive. We need generations to go on. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, all that being held in, eventually we exploded on each other because we feel just like they feel. Nobody's going to come rescue us. So you can rob another black person. You can kill another black person. Who's going to, you know what I mean? We're not protected.
Do you think he's truly racist or opportunist? I personally believe that Trump, if we're talking about Trump, we mean he. I feel like Trump is more of an opportunist than a racist, to be honest with you. He's an opportunist. I feel like he's the type of person he's going to jump on any opportunity for him to capitalize because he's a businessman. So
you just said it. He's a capitalist. He's going to capitalize.
Right.
He's a capitalist. The same thing that we should be.
Yeah, he's a businessman. I mean, if we want to be real about who's more racist, Biden is more racist than Trump. To be honest with you, Trump just want paper. Biden is the one that has placed a lot of things in place that was against black people. So if people want to really do the whole racist game and talk who's more racist than what, then the scary reality is, shoot, most of these black people, they voting for the racist person. To be honest with you,
Biden's from Delaware, man, right?
Yeah,
raised in Delaware, bro. They had KKK marches all the way up until I can remember downtown Dover, even on the beach. KKK, full regalia. People don't know that. They hung somebody in the park a couple of years back, probably 2012.
Yeah,
they used to hang. Listen, man, where we from? You know how many times I've been walking down the street and some white boys go by a pickup truck, call us niggers. They got Confederate flags. We had a whole riot at my high school.
Yeah,
a whole riot. Because they had a thing called FNK, fucking nigger killers. White boys at FNK. Called the fucking nigger. They put it on the fucking front of the school the whole night. We had to run down on them white boys. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I mean, there's some vicious racists in Delaware, man.
Right.
You don't hear about that though. You don't hear about that. Like you think I've been in Georgia. I don't get racist around here. You know what I'm saying? Like Delaware has some. I remember being a kid at the playground. Little white boys like, "You're not allowed on this playground, you fucking nigger." You know what I'm saying? I mean, he bold as shit. I'm like, "What is you talking to?" Like,
right.
So Delaware has vicious racists, man. But there's also some cool ass people in Delaware.
I think a lot of us gets confused or get misled when it comes to what's really a racist versus who's really a capitalist. You see what I'm saying? I think we get misled a lot Cause I hate to say it, but a lot of the people that we normally be thinking that is racist when it comes to thing is they're really greedy as fuck. They just want money. It's not necessarily that they're racist, but they want profit. These people will sell their own family members. You see what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily that they're racist, because trust me, if they're willing to sell their family members or they sold, then that has nothing to do with our color. You see what I'm saying? It's just greed. So we get greed confused with racism sometimes, because what we'll do is we'll let the other party paint a picture or a perspective that would narrow a window of, hey, that person's racist, instead of looking at the bigger picture and the bigger spectrum of what you need to really be looking at.
I mean, this is what I think, bro. I think that we spent a lot of time as a people being in the underground, right?
Right.
Everybody did. You know, back in the 30s and all that. You know, you had the Italians; they were mafia. You had all these people. But what they did was they transitioned, right?
Right.
We never transitioned. Like we stayed. We got generations of this shit. It's 2020. We got kids literally still talk about Crips and Bloods from the 70s and all that. Like, who's telling them not to? We have to buy. Okay, somebody's lying to us and telling us that we got somewhere else to go. Like, we're Africans. No, we're Americans. We got to buy into where we live at and start learning how the infrastructure works, learning how everything works. We have to buy into that. If we educate ourselves, get into the system. We have to get into the system. We're not going nowhere, right? If not, we're always going
Right.
to be victims of it if we're not in it.
That still boils
Yep.
down to the topic, mental health. If our mental health ain't together, then we fuck. If listen, I'm telling you right now, November tricking is gonna be popping. You understand? Prostitution finna be high. It's gonna increase. It's gonna be an influx of prostituting for Christmas presents. You understand? Like,
Mhm.
seriously, women is gonna be busting it open for the next couple 30 to what 30 to 60 months. Well, 60 days of the from right now till December 24th. Prostitution finna increase.
But like
Okay?
I said on the
Tricking is
last,
finna be on an all-time high. If we don't get past that lump, how in the hell we gonna be working together doing anything or making any moves when people right now is sacrificing their body just to buy fucking presents from a store that is owned by a millionaire already? Like, people are selling their souls for shit to make other people more money. So how are we gonna ever get past a lump with a hump when we still trying to cater to our kids' materialistic needs? We're not catering to their educational needs. We're not trying to cater to their moral needs. We're catering to their materialistic needs. So the legacy of what we have now ain't doing nothing, but it's going to continue because we're willing to sell our souls for a fucking Barbie doll.
right. I mean, you got to think about this. Everybody thinks it's about money, right? It's about Gucci, Prada, all that. How many people have got all this money, right? And they still end up broke years down the line. They don't understand how the money thing works and how to build generational wealth because they're not educated. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're not educated, all you're gonna do is stimulate. Like you get $1 million, you're gonna give 250,000 to Maybach. You're gonna give another million to get your house. All this shit is going to somebody else and putting their kids through college. You're going to the Chinese restaurant, you're putting their kids through college. You're going to buy the hair for the girls, you're putting their kids through college. I mean, we really got to start understanding how this shit works, man. Because if not, they're gonna wipe us off the map. I mean,
We people spend money emotion based. It's called emotion based spending. People don't spend money based on logic or strategy. The world is being programmed to spend money motion based. You understand? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta understand something. We got, and like, trust me, like, let's be honest. Like, our wives do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of women, they spend money based on emotions because of feel. They feel good in this. They feel good in that. They feel like they need this. They look good in that. You see what I'm saying? When all this stuff is emotion based, then there ain't no way we finna learn how to do something and control something when the majority of the stuff that we buy is emotion based. Ain't none of it strategic. Like, why do a woman have 5 to 10 purses in a fucking closet? Why do women have crates and crates and crates and crates of shoes? Like, why does any of that make sense when we have a thing called savings bonds and RAs and Roth RAs and all these other investments that we can invest that money into instead of putting it in our closet? You see what I'm saying? That holds no value unless we're saving that stuff and not opening it, and then we sell it later and we flip the money to the double the value of what we just bought. But a lot of us ain't doing that. It's because we're doing it based on emotions and not strategic planning. You see what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't mind buying my son a whole bunch of shoes if he's gonna flip it and sell them shoes right back for double the price. You see what I'm saying? But if you just buying these shoes just to wear them today, tomorrow, the next day, just say, hey, I got a whole bunch of shoes in my closet and I need it for different shirts and different pants, then we already losing. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? We already
Okay.
losing.
See, the thing about this is this, man. I mean, we sitting here putting things in a broad thing, but everybody can do what they want. That's the problem. I mean, it's a good thing, but also it's like everybody don't have to do nothing. Like, see, this is the thing. It's like everybody can do whatever the hell they want to do, right? That's the thing. Like, that's the shame part. Like, if somebody wants to go out and buy a $700 phone, they can do that. But on the back end, don't come back to us like, oh, I didn't make it and blah 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 blah. It's like we got to learn how to leave. Like, see, the thing about white people is they leave their lower people behind and mix amongst the people who don't do what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You think the people in DC give a fuck about the white folks in Mississippi, in the backwaters of Mississippi somewhere who ain't building nothing, who ain't doing nothing in the trailer park? No, they don't. They don't care about them people. You see what I'm saying? They're far removed from them people. They realize that we're all not gonna make it. We feel like we all gonna make it. No, we're all not gonna make it. Because even if this was an all black country, look at Nigeria, for example. There's always gonna be a pecking order.
Right.
Somebody gotta mop the floor. Somebody gotta
Yeah.
cook the chicken. Somebody gotta make the clothes. Somebody gotta, run the electricity. Somebody gotta run the cable line. Somebody gotta drive the truck. Somebody gotta pump the gas. Somebody gotta get the oil out the ground. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna be a big baller sitting. You see what I'm saying? No matter what, everybody's not gonna make it.
I mean, of course, because the world wasn't designed to be fair in the first place. The world is gonna be losers and it's gonna be winners. You know what I'm saying? The
It
goal
just,
is, are you gonna be a loser or are you gonna be a winner? That's just the bottom
it just,
line.
it just seems
Um,
like us as black people have more losers. It seems like we have a
why?
lot
Yeah,
in this country.
but what you just said, because we all got that mindset we can do what we want to do. But guess what? There's a code to success. There's a code. There's a pattern. There's a pattern to being successful. There's a code that you should follow in order to get this, that, and this and other. The problem is a lot of us, once again, we make emotion-based decisions. We don't want to follow a strategy. We don't want to be strategic. We don't want to plan. We want to do it because of our emotions and how we feel and what we feel we should do because we grown and we pay our bills so nobody can't tell us nothing. Like, that's how mindset when it comes to things, and we have to change that. But go ahead.
See? Now we're getting down to the point. You said earlier, why are black people, going to vote for Trump, right?
Right.
There you have it. They're looking at their interests. Some people are business owners. They have houses. See, everybody's not in the hood. Some of these niggas is back in cul-de-sac. Some of them have 401ks. They're
Right.
educated. They have what he has going on is in their vested interest because they're looking at the future. We're looking at the past. We're
Right.
looking at the past. Like niggas are literally talking about the past. We can't redo the past. We have to look towards the future. Like,
Right.
okay, if this man, like, it's like this. Okay, America cannot be that racist if they let us go from slavery, right? They didn't have to. We're talking about the people who beat one of the biggest armies in the world to get what they had. They didn't have to let us go per se. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So how can they be that racist? Like, yeah, there's some elements in there. Yeah, they don't want you to live by. They don't want you to have sex with their kids. They don't want you to marry their daughters. But at the same time, they're like, hey, y'all make what y'all gonna make over there. You know what I mean? Y'all do what y'all do. And then every time there's a concert for a black person, it's full of white people. Every time there's a sporting event, it's full of white people. Every time you go to a high school game, it's black folks and white folks in the crowd. You go to Walmart, we shopping together. You go to a restaurant, we eating together. All this shit that we're doing together, but all of a sudden we're acting like this is some racist.
Yeah.
Say that again?
I know. I said, yeah, I was listening. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
that's all I'm saying. Yeah, I can hear you now. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, I'm confused, man. I really want to figure this out because we gotta look at people for who they are. Like we gotta really start looking at this shit. We gotta get into. The problem is we're not in this shit. This is what we do. We did. A lot of people opted out. They
Right.
opted out. You dropped out of school. You fucked up. You had a kid. You fucked up. You sold drugs. You did blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You did a
Right.
lot of fuck shit and got what you got out the situation.
Right.
Now on the back end, you'll come back and say, you know what I mean? They don't like us. They put us here. They put us there. We got to figure this shit out, bro, because it's bad times right now, man. Because you know why I say it's bad times? Because I can tell people want more. Like they don't know it because the way they're coming about it, but they want a regular life. I think people are tired of the drugs. They're tired of the having to hustle, having to like dealing with jail, law enforcement, drugs, court. All this shit is regular shit for black people. This should not be regular life. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm starting to see black people starting to realize like they're tired of that shit, bro. Like life is about more than struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like the struggle. I don't know, man. I
I
don't know
mean,
how to
people. I
express
mean,
what I'm trying to
I
say.
mean, we. It's like I understand. I mean, we're tired of it. A lot of us are, but in order for I'm telling you, that's why I was like, hey, the discussions we're having tonight is so important. The two topics, which we'll cover the next topic like in 6 minutes, but it's got to be understood that in order for us to make these push what we want, we gotta have a big major sense of awareness when it comes to our mental health. Because, for instance, if I'm a kid and I'm being raised by somebody that has a very low volume, a low rate of their mental health abilities, I'm not going to take them serious. Nor will I work with that my parent on things because I know that they're not reliable. I know they're not consistent. I know that they're a hypocrite. And I know that's why your mental health has got to be so important because if you're not solid and I'm not solid, like for instance, the reason why I fuck with you is because you had a very strong awareness of your mental health. So I fuck with you. Just like you fuck with me because I had a very strong sense of my mental awareness. But I'm not going to
Right.
rock with nobody that is a loose cannon and don't have no sense of self. I mean, it's just like us dating women. Like, you ain't finna date somebody and be with somebody and date somebody and then be like, okay, well, she has awareness or don't have awareness. But if she has awareness, like, are you gonna be able to go to sleep at night comfortably knowing this woman don't have no good sense of herself? You know what I'm saying? She got knifed by the bed or some shit. Like, are you comfortable with that? If you're not comfortable with that, then none of us is going to be comfortable collectively with each other if none of us don't have a strong sense of self.
I mean, yeah, just like you said, like me personally, I had to jump outside the race. What I mean by that was the race of trying to be the coolest, trying to do this. I had to start going back to what I like to do. Like, hey, I want to go to the park. I want to go to the beach. You know what I'm saying? I want to read a book. I want to go play pool. I want to go do the shit that I don't care if y'all want to go to the club. You want to go to the strip club. I don't want to go to the strip club. You can say what you want to say. I mean, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to go throw my money at some woman that I ain't getting nothing out of it. You see what I'm saying? That's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. That doesn't make me or break me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit don't make me or break me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got to chase every woman. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just not what I do. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I had to fall back, man, because like I said, I don't trust what's going on. I'm like, yo, if they letting us do this shit, it's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? If they giving us these drugs to sell for a reason, if we allowed to bust guns and run around here and we allowed to be gangbangers and we allowed to go to the strip club and they don't let us do shit. Now all of a sudden they letting us. Nah, man, this ain't right. Something ain't right. I gotta fall back and watch and see what's going on. And I was right. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I did because I very well could be in jail for the rest of my life thinking that some of this shit is normal. Like normalizing this bullshit. Like normalizing sitting around all day playing spades, drinking beers, smoking weed, endorsing the young boys to go do some fuck shit. That's what we do. No, that's not what the fuck we do. We should not be doing this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I fucked up my life. I can't run around here and tell my nieces and nephews that's the move. That's not the move. If I see my nephew brandish a gun and be like, yeah, one of these fuck niggas fucking voodoo, I'm be like, man, nah, you don't give me that. You don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? You should be trying to get into college, trying to get educated, trying to better yourself. You see what I'm saying?
True.
We should not. Like, I consider myself an OG. I'm not fitting to tell these young boys to run around here and do no dumb shit. And I'm not going to do it either. They're not going to see me. You see me come up, it's because I'm doing what the fuck. These are moves you should be. You can make these moves too. You see what I'm saying? You can make these moves too. You can be yourself. You see what I'm saying? I can be myself. Like, I don't have to do what everybody else does, bro. I never had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, little shit. Like, I like soccer. You know what I'm saying? I rock a soccer jersey. I'm in the hood. Nobody's like, this nigga's corny, wooty, 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 whoop. They already know. I'm not turning down no fades. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling on nobody. I mind my own business. And I come from the same cloth that you come from. So garments don't make who you are. I'm an individual.
Right.
Respect me, I respect you. If not, we can go to the grass, get it off our chest, and then we can shake hands and go on like men.
So question.
Don't be emotional about it.
What are the top?
Chris?
What up, brother? What are the top 3 things that can hinder, or what? Not even hinder. What are 3 things that can heavily influence a person's mental health? And one of them was what we're about to get ready to talk about in a few minutes.
I think the first thing is childhood trauma. I think childhood trauma can really affect your mental health. Also, I think instilling a sense of pride, confidence. Like it took me to sit down and start reading books to realize who I was. That's how I broke out of the matrix, bro. Like, I did not know this shit. Like, there's so much stuff that we do not know. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I can say all day I'm a king. But when I realized that all black people weren't kings, all black people did not come from Egypt. You know what I'm saying? We all did not build these pyramids. Like, there's bunch of different groups of people everywhere. You know what I mean? When you start
Right.
seeing reality, because if not, you look out from. Think about a kid from the hood. You look out and you see the cops are white,
Right.
the cable man's white, the electrician's white, the paramedics are white. You go to the
Right.
hospital, the doctors are white. The mayor on TV, he's white. The governor's white. The trash men, they might be black or Spanish. The super, the maintenance man is white. Um, Everybody's white. So you feel like, oh, we nobody. You know what I'm saying? Who are we? You know what I mean, you don't know that. We didn't just have civilizations. We have, as black people, civilizations everywhere. We have countries. We're everywhere in the world, just like we're here. We're not just here. You got brothers all around the world: Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil, whole Africa, Australia. Black folks in Sweden. You know what I'm saying? Living their
Right.
life. Not we don't. But a lot of kids, they never leave their county. They don't leave the city. They don't
Right.
notice. So not having any self worth. Then you don't have your father there to leave have an example. That shit
Right.
takes a toll on you.
Right.
Now another thing, I don't know what another thing could be. Probably, I don't know, man. I don't know about another one.
I give you my
That was a
three.
good question, though.
I know. I give you my three. One thing would be um food. The second thing would be um the digital world, like technology and social media, the digital world. And the third thing would be um the family dynamic. Those are the three top things in my opinion would be the most effective thing when it comes to a person's mental health. Food can definitely change and hinder a kid's growth and how would they be groomed and grown and their habits. And hell, it can actually hurt you when you get older because you can give you all kinds of illness and diseases. Um, Digital world, especially in these times, in these new time, digital media, the world with social media and influence, it has definitely it either influence you in a great way or it can definitely destroy your life in a bad way. And the last thing, family structure can either make you very it can make you understand what you need when it comes to when you get married, or it can be detrimental to where you can have, like you said earlier, 3 or 4 or 5 kids and don't know what to do and hate your kids. You know what I'm saying? All them things are very, very, them three things to me are very important when it comes to dealing with a person's mental health.
I mean, and then you got to run around here dealing
Yeah,
in
but
love.
ties into
Like,
that ties into the family structure thing when it comes to the bad relationships. A fucked up household can cause you to have a whole bunch of bad relationships.
that's a fact.
And what the other person said, communication and goals, that still falls into having a structured household. Because guess what? How do you learn how to have effective communication? From watching your mother and your father communicate. How do you learn about goals? If you have a mother, father in your household, guess what? They should be showing you how to achieve goals. All these things is going to boil down to having a structured family household that's going to affect your mental health.
And 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 you have to understand this, man. Life is on the job training. You have to take everything that you've been. Don't keep doing the same things. Life is on the job training, right? And what I mean by that is every day you got to take yesterday to make today better. Like if something didn't work out yesterday, just you're still alive. We're still here. We're still in the fight. Never be defeated. Even if you come from nothing, You come from nothing. Your mom's a crackhead. Your mom's on drugs. Your dad left you. You with your grandma. Now you gotta fight. You gotta fight. You gotta get straight A's in school. You gotta get the fuck up out that situation. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fight.
Right.
You gotta dig out. You gotta dig out. Don't have a defeatist mentality and don't be afraid. Fear is the biggest thing, man. Don't be afraid. You know how afraid I was when I left the nest to go to the military? I didn't want to leave. You know what I mean? You can't be afraid. You know how afraid I was when I landed in the desert? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In someplace I've never been in my life. And under the darkness of with the moon out like it is right now, with other niggas from the hood and white boys from probably alcoholic dad situations and mom situations, we all together here. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta fight, man, for what
Right.
you want in this
Fact.
concrete jungle, man. On the
Facts.
job training is life, man. You're not special. Everybody's fighting, man. What is
Facts.
this?
Facts. Hey, let's jump into the next topic. Let's jump into the next topic. I like this next topic. It's gonna get kind of woo. I like this
What's
next
the
topic.
next topic?
Next
What's the next
topic.
topic, bro? Let's get it. Goochin It.
Next topic is eliminating masculinity. I feel like we are in times. We are definitely in the times where this whole feminist movement is being moved and pushed so hard. They even got it pushed into the whole Black Lives Matter agenda. Like the whole masculinity thing is starting to become a cuss word. You know what I'm saying? Being masculine, is being very detrimental to the agenda of what's being pushed today. Masculinity is not the new thing now. It's not the trend. It's the trend is being feminine and being beta like. That is the new trend, is to be beta. They don't want us to be alphas no more. Let's speak on this.
Okay.
Hey,
Well, okay, so
I
let's
want
flip the
everybody to
script, bro.
chime in on
It's
this,
like,
man, because we finna talk about this man stuff. We finna talk about this alpha talk, because right now they are definitely trying to push us to be very submissive, weak men instead of us learning how to teach our women to be submissive. Being submissive is starting to be a cuss word now. Why? 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 Let's talk.
okay. Okay, well, I think that the strong women thing, see, a lot of the guys, man, were raised by their moms, right?
Facts.
And so the girls also were raised by their moms. They didn't get to see a man, so they feel like they always seen a woman run the household. So they feel like in their brain they could run the household, right? But
Right.
most of them are taking the resources from the government, the system, right?
Right.
And a lot of the younger guys don't have no blueprint except for a street blueprint to come out here. So now a lot of the guys are even turning homosexual, thinking that they can do what their mama did to get resources. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's all about.
You're right.
Um, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on, man.
I'm telling
It's
you what's
confusing
going
to me.
on. Like
I don't know
people
what's
got
going on.
we.
Oh man,
You
it's
remember
crazy,
when I
bro.
talk? You remember when I brought up food and mental health? So let's talk about food and how that affects your mental health. All right, you understand what soy is, right?
Soy boy.
Right. So soy is a way of implementing a feminine product into your body. They used to give women that was dealing with menopause soy to help with their menopause. You see what I'm saying? To help with their femininity.
Estrogen. Estrogen, right?
Yeah, because
Estrogen, right?
it produces estrogen, right? So that's
Mhm.
why most people in Asia, the guys have more feminine features because of the soy. It makes sure it gives you a feminine feature. You see what I'm saying? That's one reason. Like in my house, I
You
tell my
breaking up,
wife,
bro?
don't, huh?
You
What you say?
breaking up. You
Can you hear me
sounding
now?
digitized.
I ain't even moving. You hear me now?
You just stuck.
I think it's your screen because I'm watching myself on the other phone and I see it. I see myself clear.
I
Hey,
don't know why you're digitized
somebody,
like that. That's
somebody
weird.
hit me with a 1 if they see me. Type a 1 in if you see me and hear me clear. Because I still see myself good on my live. Yeah, see everybody
Now
else.
you're good.
I think it's
Oh,
your
all right.
phone. All right, let's get back at it. See, somebody don't want me to bring
Got
this
a Walmart
information
phone.
out. They don't want me to bring this information. All right. So that's one reason in my house, man, I don't let my son eat a lot of these damn cookies and candies and shit because all that shit got soy in it. You see what I'm saying? If you go to a Walmart, go to the candy aisle, go to the candy cookie aisle, you will not find that one candy or cookie on that damn aisle that ain't got soy in it. And what do they call candies and cookies? Sweets. What do you call a boy that's feminine? Sweet. You dig what I'm saying?
That's sweet, woman.
Right. Because it all ties into all this shit is in front of your face, and we don't even pay attention to what's in front of our face. You see what I'm saying? All
That's
this
sweet,
in
woman.
front of our face. We gotta understand, like, watch what you feed your young men. You know what I'm saying? Because that does increase the imbalance of the estrogen balance. It throws their whole it throws their whole balance off. We don't supposed to be feeding our men that. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be cussing these females out a lot when I see them giving them cookies and candies and all the damn time. Feed them shit that's gonna help with their testosterone. Not that's gonna increase their estrogen levels. You see what I'm saying? They say what they say, these boys being raised by women, so they either intimidate or they start to hate them. And
That's sweet, woman.
let's talk about that part what he just said. Okay, another thing that we gotta understand is if you are raised by a highly dominated or dominant aggressive woman and there's no man in the household, that also overshadows and bears the raising of the boy that will make him less dominant because her dominant ways is going to overshadow how he is. That's one reason, like, my mom is extremely dominant, and me and her still clash to this day. And I never stayed with my mom. I mostly stayed with my grandmother because I knew I was very dominant and very alpha. And I know my mom was very dominant. So I knew I couldn't live under her because me and her clashed too much. Her dominance will never going to overthrow my dominance, and mine was never going to overthrow hers. So I said I had to get the fuck out of that house. So I always stayed in the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's one reason why a lot of us end up going into the streets because a lot of us couldn't deal with that dominant, aggressive, feminine nature in our household because that shit didn't work for us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit didn't work for us. So we ran to the
Okay.
streets.
So basically, what you're saying is we're not taught gender roles. We're basically not taught gender roles, so we don't have the example for the most part. I mean,
Right.
there's a small percentage of us that do, but we don't like the boys don't know how to be leaders, so most of them are submissive, and then they get that submissiveness from their mother. So then they think that materialistic stuff, most having a pocketbook, trying to be cute. That's what women do to get a man. Men don't do that to impress anybody. Like, yeah, you say fly to be fly, but you don't do that. You see what I'm saying? You don't try to be cute. Like, men are supposed to be protectors, warriors, providers.
Right. But not just that. We gotta this is another thing we gotta really start accepting. Me and Trish had this conversation last night on our way back to Jacksonville, and I gave it to her raw. I'm like, as men, we don't women don't understand that we don't stress the good and the bad of really being a real man. Men are conquerors. We are killers. We are risk takers. We are wild. We are barbaric. We are aggressive. We are a lot of fucking things. You see what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
conquer.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, men kill each other. Men kill each other.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta get out of the spectrum that we're civilized. Civilized does not tie into how a man really is, the way our brain really works. We're very prideful. We're very arrogant. We have ego. That's why she asked me a question. I told her, I was like, no, like, just because like a woman to flirt with me don't mean I'm gonna let a man flirt with you because I have an ego. You see what I'm saying? I'm fucking
Right.
crazy. I'll fuck some shit up. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right,
I have
right.
an ego. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we got to be able to stress that in a way that should be accepted instead of being degraded, because now we're hiding the true essence of who we really are. You see what I'm saying? Instead of us sugaring down who
Right.
we really are. And that's why I said our masculinity is slowly being eliminated because they're slowly trying to make us so weak. So we gotta validate women all the damn time. We gotta run under them all the time. We gotta answer every phone call. We gotta do this. We gotta be everywhere and every other place at the same time, which is not possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta learn how to be more masculine and let the women, and women gotta learn how to be more feminine, because we're losing that fight where women are learning to be more masculine and they try to make us more feminine, and that's not how it needs to be.
Yeah, I think what happens is, like, we come from men supposed to go through a a a a, a maturity ritual, if you will.
Right,
Like, in Africa, you go out, they give you a spear, you got to bring back a lion or some shit. You know what I mean? You got to, now you've reached over the threshold. Now you go build your hut. Now you can get you a wife, have a baby, because now you know you can feed because you know how to hunt, right? You went and
right,
did it on your own. You survived in the woods. You survived in the woods for 3 days while you were hunting. You didn't die. You came back. You wear your skin to say, hey, this is who I am. Here where we're at, it's different. And we literally, I think a lot of the boys think that being seen, because a lot of guys want to be rappers now and all that. You think being seen is their ritual, and that'll get you into a whole, because you'll do anything to get it. So that means if you're gonna bust it open for it, it's like, hey, at least I got it, because that's what my mama had to do. You know what I'm saying? If I
right,
gotta
right,
sell drugs to get it, fuck everybody else. I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it goes into all these places because you are a man,
right.
but you give a piece of your manhood up. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, because I don't think like that. Like, I was raised by my mom. I also have my stepdad. Oh man, look what we got here. We got women talking shit. All right, so what BS do men do? Since you want to cut in here and say that, I don't understand what you're saying,
Five
Mr.
years
Brandon.
that man do. No, a
What
man
do
is
you
a
think?
man. He's gonna do what he's do.
What do you mean by that comment? What BS that men do? That's
Yes,
not.
please justify that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Yes, please elaborate.
We're waiting.
Please elaborate. Cause this she probably
What do men do?
she probably typing. We'll give her some time. She typing. All right.
I don't know
This
if she's
is the
talking.
thing. We I think what she's trying to say, but she's typing, so we'll give her some time. Like, just like women have their thing, men have their thing. The thing is, our thing is less accepted than women think. And I clarify that. All right. If a woman call her man cheating, right? And she start beating up on him, giving him black eyes, this and this and that. Everybody be like, you go, girl, he deserve it. But if a man called his woman cheating and he punched her in the eye and gave her a black eye, that nigga going to jail and he lost his job and everything. You see what I'm saying? You see how the roles looks different. It's a
It's
you
like a
go
double
girl.
standard.
It's a you go girl. If he catch her, he punch her in the eye. She punch him in the eye. But it's a hey, why you punch her in the eye? You know what I'm saying? That nigga go to jail immediately. Then you got a whole paragraph. Hold on, let's see. What did he say? I feel when women as to equal rights, it turned into women being the same as a man. Okay, yeah, that's that part true. Okay, we are not built the same, period. Yes, we should have equal rights, but a man should be in a different category with certain things. If we are literally equal, then men fight, women will be frowned. Yeah, I just explained. That's what I just explained, and that's not good. Men should hit women because we are built stronger. Exactly. That's my point too. That's my point. Exactly.
Well, it's easy to be a woman. All a man got to do is put a dress on, put some fake tits in, and now he's a woman.
And that's such a disrespect too. At the same time, you know what I'm saying?
And they even say when he, hey girl, like they call him a girl. He put them
Yeah,
nails
they do.
on.
They do. They
He's a,
sure do. They accept him right in.
he's a woman now. It's like that's all it takes to be a woman. You ever
Yeah.
notice most of the gay guys are ratchet hood rat. They act like hood rats. It's so
But
easy. You can't even tell if some of these girls are dudes or the dudes are girls anymore. They're like, I don't know because they
they
all
all
act like
look
hood
alike.
rats. It's like
They all look.
I can't.
But Gooch, let me
Oh,
tell
here we
you.
go.
Let me hit you real quick. Gooch. All right, check it. You know why they all look alike? Because all the women fell for the trick bag. They all went and got fake hair. They all went and got fake breasts, got them fake eyebrows, got fake nails. They got all these fake stuff. And guess what? The men that did, they did the same thing they did. The men got fake hair, fake nails, fake butt shots, fake eyebrows, and they look just like them.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's easy to be a woman. Like it doesn't. That's all. Because that's most of them. That's all they think they have to offer is some kind of sexual appeal. So therefore, being a man is not so easy to just turn around and be a man. Because everybody can see a gay girl that's trying to be a dude. It's kind of hard. Nobody's getting confused about that. Let's see. In general, when Terrence made a comment about men flirting and not answering calls, etc., it's a matter of respect. It doesn't make a man weak. Okay.
Okay, can I talk with that? Can I talk with that? All right. I should have stretched that discussion out a little bit longer. All right, when I'm talking about the answering phone call things. Now, if I'm doing my job, I'm handling business. 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna really have time to touch my phone. Even if I saw the phone, if I'm in a train of thought and I'm handling business at my job, I'm gonna be focused on my business, and I get to her when time needed. Now, if she texts me, "Hey, emergency," then of course I'm gonna answer the call and talk to her because it's an emergency. But if it ain't an emergency, I'm not gonna be just pandering the time on the phone for validation that she's talked to me, because now you're losing the whole factor of trust. Because when you're in a relationship, marriage or not, trust factor is you shouldn't be having to call me all the time just to validate that we've talked. You should trust in the fact that, hey, you know where I'm at. We good. If it's emergency, I get to him then. Otherwise, I'm gonna let him do his thing. You see what I'm saying? But see, in these times, in these new earth times of the world, when women calling dudes now is where you at, where you been, when you coming home, blah 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 blah, and then it's like, well, I ain't talked to you in 2 or 3 hours. Like, we're not saying in pro se. It's not, that doesn't have nothing to do with respect. That has to do with insecurities. You see what I'm saying? Which
They do
insecurities.
that because they have nothing to offer and they feel like anyone can come along because they feel like they don't have nothing to offer. So it's like you'll take the next best thing coming because they feel that they don't have nothing to keep you.
Right.
If it's all
So
about looks, if that's what it's all about, of course, they're going to feel like, damn, somebody else is going to be looking better than me. He's going to go with them.
right. So that's where I was pretty much going with that whole thing. Now, when it comes to the men flirting part, yeah, like This is my opinion. Men men has no problem really admitting when they don't like some shit about themselves versus like a woman really admitting something fucked up about themselves. Like I tell Trish all the time, like, hey, I'm fucked up right now. I ain't in the mindset to deal with it. You see what I'm saying? Or I'll be like, hey, this is some shit I need to work on, or hey, my ego's like this. Like I have no problems expressing my masculinity of me being a man, because part of being a man is being aware of his flaws and his alls, and that's what it is. It's not that I'm trying to be disrespectful or respect. It's about being self-aware of who you are in that position. And the thing is, it's important also for a woman to also be very self-aware of their position of who they are and how they communicate their activities and how they operate, because then that helps a man understands a woman at the same time, because then we ain't got to be worrying about assuming something when we'll know. You know what I'm saying? One thing I always tell Trish is, when you wake up in the morning and you know this is your crazy day, let me know, hey, this is my crazy day. So I know how to position and operate around you during that day, because I know how you are that day. As men and women, that's how we gotta communicate. Because I understand you a woman, and women have crazy moments. And as a man, I have stupid moments. Because guess what? I do a lot of shit without thinking sometimes. But I understand and accept that as a man, and that's my nature. Just like a woman needs to accept her nature as well.
I just don't understand what this Brandy Gooch character is talking about, bro. Like, I just don't understand what is this? I don't understand what this character is talking about, man. I'm not even gonna go there, man. Listen, man. I don't know what to say. We're gonna skip past whatever she's talking about. Go
Well,
on to the next thing. Yeah, we're gonna skip past her. We're gonna skip
oh,
past.
man.
Everybody just don't mind anything that she says. No, no, man. I mean, I feel like this, man. You gotta know what you're prepared to deal with, especially when you're going through a relationship. Like you gotta know what you're prepared to deal with, and you
Right.
gotta come to some. You gotta be able to. It's all about give and take, man. You're always not going to win, but as a man, you got to be firm, and you have to be a leader. I mean, ain't no woman gonna follow you if you ain't got no leadership skills, and you have nothing to offer. I mean, that's just the truth, man. They're gonna. Why would they come with you when they can get money from the state? You know what I'm
True.
saying? When they can get
True.
benefits from all these other things, man. Like they don't need you. So I mean, you got to
True.
make them need you. You might not feel
True.
like you have to, but I mean, if you have children with this person, you got to come to some sort of agreement, man. You know. Other than that, you can do what you want to do. Really, you don't owe nobody shit. But if you have children, you do owe that woman some sort of communication, some sort of building. Like I said before, so the kids won't have that trauma, so we won't be going through the same shit. So we won't do generational. Put your feelings
Facts.
aside.
Facts.
You can
Facts.
raise those kids. Co-parent. Guys, don't be so territorial to where you can't have the other guy if he ain't a piece of shit come around. And it's good to have four parents. Nothing wrong
True.
with that. What's wrong
True.
with that? White folks do it all the time. They all rich. They all raise those kids. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a
Yeah,
fuck because they got
they'll hate
privileges.
each other and raise them to the 18 and then divorce.
Right. White folks, they do that. They do
I
that
just
to
met
keep
a
shit
woman like
going.
that. I just met a woman like that, man. They
They do
had
that because
4 or 5 kids.
they don't want their kid to end up being, when they're 60 years old, their kid's now a heroin addict and they can't do shit about it, or their kid's a crackhead with 5 kids in the trailer park. You know what I mean? Like, they realize that they have to make sure that they can't take care of this kid forever. They don't want them to be fucked up, and they don't want their kid to go to jail and get raped and have to deal with the system and all this shit. They realize that they're looking at the bigger picture. It's like, okay, we made these kids, so now we have to make sure that they get out here, at least give them a running start.
Right.
And then us, we have some fucking nerve. We're already so far behind. We have some damn nerve to not be able to have, good relationships and shit. We have some damn nerve. We should not be doing this shit. We act like we're them. We don't have the time to even be doing this shit that we're like the shit we're going through. We act like we got some time to be going through a lot of the shit that we be going through. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like we don't have the time for this shit. We should really be batting down the hatches. We should have something in place to where just like the Jews do, like all our kids should be graduating. We can't afford to let kids drop out of school. We can't afford this shit. Like I can't believe that we act like this should happen. Like we're doing a very big disservice,
Right.
generation after generation, generation. It's disrespectful, really, man. We're disrespecting our kids, man. Like we make them think like you can be whatever you want. No, you can't, because what you want to be is what you see. You see success. Our success is only seen in sports players and entertainers. So no, you can't be what you want to be. You have to be something specific. We're not at that point yet. We're not there. It sounds good, but we're not there. No, you can't be. No, you can't be a woman. You're a dude. You don't have that luxury to dip and dodge around. You got enough problems. Now you know what I'm saying? Like, we really think we can do what we want to do around this motherfucker. Like, all right, well, we're doing it. What are we getting out of it? You can't have 4 or 5 kids you can't take care of. We've been doing it. Look what we got out of it. We got to
Right.
change this shit. We act like we can't. Oh, well, they mine. You know what I mean? I love them. Okay, love is not enough, man. You don't love them because if you have 3 kids you can't take care of, you have another one. You don't love them because you keep having these kids you can't take care of.
Right.
Emotionally, financially, physically. In no way can you take care of these kids. You keep having them. No, you don't love them. You wouldn't bring them in the world. Hey, Stefan, what's up, bro?
He said you can be anything you want, as long as you good at it and they are it.
No, you can't, dog. You can't be anything you want to be, dog. We tried that. It didn't work.
But see, this is the thing though. Let's get back to the thought at hand when it comes to what you're saying. If if we don't understand the nature of being masculine and being feminine, and don't understand how all these things play a major role when it comes to how you operate on a day-to-day basis, then there's always going to be chaos. There's always going to be chaos. Like the laws of nature doesn't change. Like I don't know why we keep trying to change the laws of nature. Like perfect example, if if a man wants to be well, if a woman wants to be a man, her period ain't never going to go away. You know what I'm saying? She's still gonna be able to get breast cancer no matter how much she want to be a man. And a man that wants to be a woman, he always gonna have a high chance of getting colon cancer, regardless if you want to be whatever you want to be. You still gonna have to face nature. You dig what I'm saying? So we gotta understand that regardless of how we feeling, that whole feel thing, that whole feel shit be fucking us up. Those emotions fucks us up every time because none of us use the rational side of their brain when it comes to how we make decisions and how we approach things. You see what I'm saying? If you over here say, well, I feel like I'm in charge and I feel like I'm this and I feel like I can raise all these kids by myself and I feel this and I feel that, that still ain't got shit to do with the rational point that your ass gonna be struggling and you are being you giving these kids a disadvantage of life that's gonna fuck them up for the next 18 years of their life. Regardless of what you feel, your feelings ain't facts.
I mean,
Feelings
we
are
got
not
the proof, man. We got the proof, bro. Like the thing is this, man. What I'm saying is, we have the proof. The proof is in the pudding. Like it's here right now. Okay,
right.
it's here right now. Like 2020 has
Dude, let me
proven.
tell let me say it's a side note. Let me tell you how far of the umbrella we have changed. Gooch, like me and Trish, every once in a while we go to clubs and go, do our two step and whatnot, right? So when we
Two
used to
step.
go to, you remember we used to go when you was younger, when we used to go back in clubs when we was younger, when you were men, when we used to go to the club, we used to hunt, right? We go to the
Right.
club for to hunt, right? Masculine
I
stuff,
used to
right?
go to
To
club
hunt.
smoke weed.
Yeah, but you still, what was the goal though? Still to get some. So
Have a one
anyway,
have drunk sex at the end of the night, pretty
right,
much.
right. You go to the club now, men ain't even talking to women. Men, they looking, and that's it. They ain't near them. They scared to talk to them. They scared to touch them. Women over here, the men over here, and what's crazy is like they dressed up. Like who you dressed up for if you ain't talking to nobody? You dressed
Mhm.
up. You spend all this money. You done paid to get in. Ain't no female male interaction whatsoever.
I don't think they have people skills, man, because they always on the computer and shit, bro. They don't know how to interact with each other,
Masculinity.
man.
And that ties into what I told you earlier about what hinders the mental health. What did I say? Digital life. Digital life is affecting our masculinity. Because when you get on here, you can be whoever you want to be, like you said. But when you get out here in this real world, you got to be who the fuck you are. The reality of who you are. And that's
Mhm.
it. The reality of who you are is the only thing that's going to count when you step to a female and you say hello. There's no
See, the
pretend.
thing is this, man. We come from the old school, man. You know, so I can't get on here in front. I know too many people. I've been
Right.
alive too long. I've been around too many people, so and everybody that's on my Facebook and shit know me, so I can't get on here in front and stunt. I wish I could, you know, and lie. They're gonna be like, "Boy, you lying, dog." Like you, I can't lie, man. I can't make shit up. I can't front because too many people know me, man. So
Right.
therefore, I gotta be myself. I'm not like that anyway. I don't have to like front or none of that. But I'm just saying, too
Right.
many people put up these they be trolling, man. They act like they got this, act like they got that because they think that's what gets somebody. Like I said, it's not about these trinkets and we. It's all gonna come out eventually. Like I said, like right now, though. Like I said, I keep saying this, and I'm gonna keep saying it. No matter how hard you try to front, like we tried to front, but it's showing. Look at the people that we have right now out here on these streets. Look at the younger people. Look at how they act. Look at what they aspire to be. Look at how they communicate, how they are, what they're saying, what they
Right.
think they can be. It's showing that none of that shit was working. Like the mamas raising you and the streets raising you and you thinking you can be a, you know what I mean? Like all these ideas that they thought it's not real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not going to work. And now everybody's like, well, it's the white man's fault. It's like, no, it's not the white man's fault. It's your fault.
Right.
If you had, listen, you already knew this. We knew this. We knew this growing up. We knew that. These people were not to be trusted in government. Why do we have all these kids? Why do we let our kids go to school and not check their homework? Why do we not go to PTA meetings? Why do we
Right.
just drop the kids off at the coach and didn't go to the practice with them? Why do we not coach our own kids in these sports? Because we wanted time to ourselves. Why do we do all these things? You know what I'm saying? Why did we do
Right.
this? Why were we still looking for somebody else knowing we had these kids to raise? Why did we throw our life away and go to jail? No, we put that on the back burner and raise these kids. Even if you got to work at McDonald's, we didn't want to be embarrassed. I'm not going to McDonald's, man. I'm gonna sell this pack. Get busted, go to jail for 5 years, missing out on time
Right.
with your kid. You know, I'm gonna drive without my license. I'm gonna do all this. None of that shit worked, dog. It did not work. Look at what we have out here. It's a damn shame. And now the
Right.
kids that are like 20, 21, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 are saying the white man's after us. No, we let y'all down. Just like the people before us let us down in a different way. They let us down by not telling us what we should have been doing. They let us go do it. And a lot of us did go do it. A lot of us did go to college. A lot of us did go to the military. A lot of us did go get a job and became something.
Right.
But a lot of us didn't at the same time and had kids and kept that cycle going. That was the norm in the 90s,
Right.
94, 95, 96. We didn't break the cycle. We got to be honest. We can't come back now and be like, oh man, it's the man, the man, the man. No, we got some part to play in this too. We got to swallow our pride. And now, as elders, as middle aged adults come back because now people's kids are having kids.
Yeah.
People our age are grandparents, man. 40. I'm 40. People my age are grandparents, man.
Real talk.
But now we gotta readdress this shit, man. We gotta stop this shit. They
I
were
mean,
scared about the older people. They was like, them niggas is crazy. They got their pants down. They wilding out. They busting guns in the neighborhood. They selling dope and shit. Niggas got money now. They riding around, got TVs in the headrests and rims and shit. Shit, they trying to get a job at the goddamn factory and shit. They literally scared of us. Them old heads want to try to talk to us. We ain't going to church no more. Niggas stop going to church. Niggas weren't going to church. Like, that shit was dead, dog. That shit was out the question. We at the club. We outside, nigga. We pulling all-nighters. You know what I'm saying? Niggas might have played sports, but other than that, niggas was moving and grooving. Niggas even go to the military, still do the same shit. Niggas go to the military, still go rob a nigga. Still go do some fuck shit. Still do drugs, sell drugs. Niggas still on welfare. Motherfuckers in the military still getting food stamps and shit. Like, it was a way of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, that shit was a way of life.
I mean,
We
man,
took that shit and ran with it. It was wrong.
I was having a smoke session a couple of days ago, and I was thinking on some shit. I was like, I don't really think this shit is designed for what we're trying to do. The system, the way things it's designed, is not meant for it. Like, think about it. I swear, dude, like, houses are getting built like by the dozens every day.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
I see them all the time. I see them all over the place. Right here, right now. It's a whole complex over there, a whole cul-de-sac.
Like, in the biblical past times, or I guess the ancient times, did they pay rent back then or something? Because, like, you pretty much had your own house, that was your shit, that was it. Like, rent and real estate and income and payments went and really generate until we got to America, right? I guess that's
because
something.
We don't come from I mean, a lot of them places you gotta think they come from ancestral lands. So it's like
land was already just passed down, right?
It was like, yeah, it's like, well, now you got a kid, so you build your house beside my house.
Right.
Like I said, you gotta get the materials, we'll build it together.
Right.
I'll go to the next village to get a woman. Yeah.
There was no rent. So this is what I'm really trying to get at. So if, for instance, why the fuck, why are we using money for? They make it, right? Like, we make money, right?
There wasn't rent, but you had to give the crown like a sheep or some grain or whatever it was that you did. You had to give them some. So that was like rent, like a land tax to the sheriff who was.
But you can make that. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I can't like go in my room right now and make money.
Yeah, no.
But the government can. So this is what I'm trying to wrap my head around. Now, if they really wanted to, now I'm not saying this can happen, because I feel like even if you gave the wrong person $1 million, they still will fuck it up. But what I'm saying is, the America, the government can properly generate and make enough money for everybody to have a fair shot of life, if they really wanted to. I feel like if the world really wanted us to have a fair shot of life, they can easily make enough money, drop $1 million at everybody's yard. Boom, boom, done. Why? Because we make our currency. Right? Don't we make our own currency?
No.
So who make our currency?
The Federal Reserve, which is a private company. See,
why can't they make a whole other company?
Just like somebody makes paper, somebody makes toilet paper, so a company makes the money and gives the money to us.
Right.
So there's only a certain amount of money in circulation.
There's no such thing as certain amount. They can make what they want to make.
I mean, yeah,
they got the power. They got the power.
What I'm saying is, they regulate it. Like, they regulate it. They let them people regulate. I don't know why. That's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
we're being like the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's such a bigger thing. Though. Like we are in the streets fighting about dumb shit when they are fucking us all. Like we should really be at the Federal Reserve building,
That's my
nigga.
point. That's my
We should
point.
be at the school building. We should be
That's
at
my
the
point.
at, we should be at the courthouse. Like what are you doing? Like, that's why I'm not. But now we're getting down to why don't I vote? Why don't I deal with this shit? Because the minuscule things that we're dealing with is corny. Like I'm not fighting my neighbor. It's like listen, read a book, divide, rule, and conquer. The way, how do you think the king kept power? Minimal resources. You give out a little bit of grain
Yeah, just a
out
little
to the
bit.
people
Just a little bit.
to make them fight for it because now they need you. The only way we can
Right.
get it is if we and then they come back and say, well, it's the French. They're fighting us, so we need all y'all to get one of y'all boys. We all can go over here and fight the French. Or really, they're just trying to get more shit from the French. But you think the French are holding us back some kind of way? You see what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like this divide, rule, and conquer game. It's still happening. You understand that
Right.
why we're fighting the people that's up in power have been in power forever, nigga. Like, how do you get in the government and get rich? That's not a high paying job. Everybody up there is million. They didn't come in as millionaires like Trump did. They became millionaires while they were in government. Does anybody realize this? Look at what's happening, y'all.
Right.
Get a grip. Get a grip. Get a grip. Get a grip on what's happening here. It's a reality. The reality is they got into government, y'all, and they became rich. And they want to
Yeah.
hold on to that power. They're not going. They don't want you to be rich. They don't want. They don't want to work at Walmart, nigga. They don't want to suck poop out the goddamn thing. They don't want to be that guy. They don't
Right.
want to cut grass at the school at the football field. They don't want to teach your kids deal with. They don't want to be a nurse deal with sick people. They don't want to be a doctor be cutting into somebody. They want to get up there and pontificate. You ever notice what Trump said? He was up. He was like central casting. He calls them central. He's not a politician. You understand that? He calls them central casting. They're all playing a role. It's a role. It's a role. It's WWF, y'all. It's
Right.
WWF. When you realize WWF is not real, and you still acting like this shit's real, you're gonna kill somebody for WWF. So when The Rock fights this other nigga and they're arguing, you're gonna take one of their sides. You're gonna kill your neighbor because they like The Rock and you don't. You know that shit's not real, right? Like you're an adult. Are you serious? You think this shit is real? You think they're really fighting? They really don't like each other? When all the niggas go out after that camera goes off and goes to the club and drink and fuck hoes and all that, you think they're not together because they're making $1 million off of this shit? This is crazy. Like I feel like I'm going crazy. You know what? Our parents didn't tell us this. They told us to go vote. They told us to buy into the lie, like because they didn't know any better. They're afraid of these people. I watch these people. They should have been watching them. That's what I said. That's the disservice they did to us. They didn't learn the game. You see what I'm saying? They didn't learn the game. They want to be in the game. They didn't know it was a game, though. You know what I'm saying? They thought it was really, you can be what you want to be and, you know, pursue the happiness and all that shit. They really didn't know. I honestly think they didn't know. See what I'm saying? We haven't been, we've been around long enough now to understand what's going on. We've been free, quote unquote, long enough to realize. You should have realized by now. We've been rubbing shoulders with these people long enough. We should understand what's going on. It's a game. It hurts my head because it's like, you really talking about vote? You say, well, if you don't vote, what's going to happen? Ain't nothing going to happen. Ask a bird. When you see a bird, be like, bird, if you don't vote, what's going to happen? They're still going to make their nest. They're still going to live their life. Like, nothing's going to happen, dude. What do you mean? Fuck
Yep.
them. Fuck them. Fuck them. We should all be up there like, we should all go to D.C. and drag them motherfuckers the fuck up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because they've done us a disservice. They've done us a disservice. They have not done their fucking job. None of them. None of them have done their job, y'all. Nobody has. You don't see this? Like, how could you? Like, I'm confused. It's like, it's it, it's crazy, dog. It's absolutely crazy, T. Like,
Hey, Hey, I
Everybody
know.
talking about they're woke. How are you woke? No, you're sleepwalking. You're not woke. You're sleepwalking because they got you in the game. Like you're totally invested in this fucking game, yo. Get out the game. I'm scared. What are you? Don't be afraid, dog.
All right,
Don't be afraid, man. They're afraid to get out the game.
I'm gonna make one. I got a question, and then I'm gonna make my final statement because you gotta get ready to dip in this. All
Yeah, I
right, the
gotta go.
question
So I get
is
to
I want
Miami,
people to think
man.
of, I got a question that people need to think about because I ain't never been to voting things, so I don't know shit about it. When you go vote, is there a real time thing in the booth that when you push who you vote for, you are automatically counted for when you vote? So how in the fuck you know you voting exactly? If you if there's nothing that you push and you see like a bunch of numbers, and when you push it and it say who you're that number when you voted, then how you know your shit voting? How you know it's counting? How you know? It's nothing real time. You have nothing real time to prove that something ever happened. No verification whatsoever. Now, my final point of what I want to say. What what is stress spelled backwards? Stress spelled backwards is dessert. Dessert. Okay? The reason why I'm saying this is because dessert makes you feel good. When you eat dessert, dessert takes all the pain away. It makes you feel better. Eating dessert, cookies, and candy makes you feel good when somebody broke up with you, or you got fired from your job, or all this other fuckery. But guess what else dessert does? Dessert provides stress. Desserts make you overweight. Desserts gives you diabetes, high blood pressure, all the lovely good stuff. It makes you less attractive to other people. Dessert creates a lot of things in your life that you don't want. So what my bottom line is, we gotta stop making emotional decisions, because when you make emotional decisions, the outcome is always going to be detrimental to you in the long term. It might not hurt then, but it will hurt you in the long term. That's my end.
All right. Well, I want to end on this. I want everybody to think about something and ask yourself this question: when you become the thing that you're fighting, you got to sit back and think about that. Are you becoming the thing that you're fighting against? Like, are you becoming a racist fighting against racists? Are you angry just because you're not the one that's running the system? Like, you don't want to change the system, right? You just want to be the one that's doing the corruption. You're just mad because they're the one doing it. You don't want it to be good. You want to be the one in it to run it. Nobody's saying change it. Everybody's saying, let's get our guy there so he can run the manipulation. No, you got to get it from the inside. It's like cancer, man. You got to cut it out. Cut the whole thing out. All right. I mean, we're dealing with an old war here, man. This ain't new shit, man. I wish somebody would read a fucking book, do some history. They hide shit in books, y'all. It's hidden in the books. Do the history. These people have not always ran. They sat at the feet of the kings and took them over. Okay? Understand that. Divide, rule, and conquer is a real thing, man. They've done it. They're doing it right now. Look at what's happening. Order out of chaos. There's chaos. They're going to bring some order. Right? I mean, one love, man. Spread love. Do what you do. But be very wary, man, of who you trust, man.
Facts. Facts.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. You trust them if you want to. I'm not ever going to trust them. They'll have to kill me. You know what I mean? It's a damn shame, but I'm not doing it. I really don't trust them. Say what you want to say. I don't trust them. I really don't. I have a very, very, very. I don't. I don't fuck with them, man. I got a lot of love in my heart. But them people, man, I see right through them. I see what they doing. Mm-hmm. It's all good though. I ain't gonna get out and holler about it though. I'm gonna keep watching these motherfuckers so I can see what the hell's going on. But spread love, yo. T, man, do your thing. I get on the road, bro. We'll do
All
this
right,
again,
brother.
man. We'll chop it up. And we'll see what happens after this election, man. Stay on your P's and Q's, because these motherfuckers going to kill us the way they acting, man. So watch out, man. I don't know.
No doubt, no
These
doubt. We'll
goddamn
do another
zombies out
show
here, they
after the
acting
election
crazy, man.
stuff, and we'll have our peace of mind on that after the show. But hey,
That's
hit
a
the road,
fact,
my
man.
brother. Everybody, we're done. We got product, we got CBD products, we got tentacles, we got hemp, got a good low. Check your boy out on mindlessmaturity.com. Check us out or hit Gooch up, inbox me, whatever. We got the product, we got the green, we got the wisdom. And that's it.
That's a fact, man. Yeah, man. Spread love, man. One love, y'all. Peace, man. Goochin' It.
Out.
Yeah.